Alright guys, here back with a video, and this time we're doing a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. If you guys are not new to my channel, we have a lot of deck profiles for Dragon Ball Super card game as well. But yeah, you guys obviously know it's a Burning Abyss deck profile for you guys that are playing Dragon Ball. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck that never dies. If you guys are just interested in just watch in general, we'll go ahead and start with the deck. This is a variant that's pretty explosive and powerful, but it's lacking the Fairy Tail Snow that used to make this deck very, very good. But you don't really need it with this deck plays. It's kind of go second oriented, or you can go first as well, but it doesn't really matter. First, got your one tour guide. It's still a 1. This guy special summons any of your Burning Abyss monster or your Rhino from the deck, and it's pretty powerful. It's usually your comeback play. You search at the end of your first turn, and then boom, go second and make a big explosive play to try to kill them. But yeah, one tour guide. For your Burning Abyss cards, you got 1 Graph, 1 Seer. These guys are still limited. Special 1 from deck, special 1 grave. Most of you know what it does. 1 Skarm, in-phase search for any fiend, level 3. Very good. It has to be a dark though, sorry. And then you got 1 Limbic, 1 Barbar, 1 Cowcab, 1 Alec, and 2 Farfa. Yeah, all these guys are limited to limited in the list because you really don't want to see them, and they're all versatile. So you have access to all of them at one time, really, with Rhino. So. You got a little danger package. Try to make it as competitive as possible. So we have 3 Jackalope and 3 Tsuchinoko in this list. No Nessie. I do have that card. It's not level 3, so it doesn't really have much synergy unless you discard it off another effect of another danger just to search for another card for free. So that's the only reason we don't play it. And we want to make the card as close to 40 as we can possibly. These guys are very good level 3s and cycle through your deck. And a lot of the cards in your deck want to be in the graveyard, so don't mind what you discard usually. 3 Rhino. This is basically can send any of your fiends, which there are some cards in here that can discard the scene other than Burning Abyss monsters, which is pretty nice. And also it prevents your BA monsters from being destroyed. So if you normal summon this, you can special summon your Burning Abyss monsters from your hand and they won't die. We got one of the targets you can send with Rhino, and this can also be sent off a Cherubini. Yeah, and this guy can basically make it where you put a brick back on top of your deck, or put anything you want to mill on top of your deck and then mill it. It's pretty good. It's like a play spreader effect. 1 Paraparo. This is one of the tech choices. This guy is really neat. Whenever you take damage by any way, you can banish him from the graveyard and blow up anything. So be careful if you have Lancia in the side. So if you Lancia them, you won't be able to use this. Just wow, we don't play Lancia in the side, but this guy is really neat. For another starter card, 2 Mathematician. This basically sends your Jump Saber, in most cases, off your Rhino, and then or you just send it straight off your deck. But yeah, this guy can send you level 4 or lower and get your play started. He's also level 3. For your Psychic monsters, you got 1 Tracker and 2 Wielder. You could change this, make it all 3 Tracker, but we did this so when you don't draw multiples of a Tracker or Wielder, but you still have 3 copies, make your consistency higher, and it's also Earth, which is very, very good. If you haven't noticed, we got a bunch of Earth monsters. We got these guys, this guy, 3 Rhinos, and we got a few more coming, which is key. Like 3 Gallus. This guy is basically a free special summon, and you get to burn him for how many stars the monster off the top of your deck becomes. And if you hit a spell card, he won't special summon, but there's only 3 spells in the entire deck, which is second slide. But yeah, this guy's really good, especially in time. The reason why this deck is still pretty cool. 3 Block Dragon. This guy, when you link away with him or send to graveyard period up from the field, you get to search for any number of rock monsters that add up to level 8. Oh, sorry, up to 3. Sorry, it's used, but in this deck specifically is 3 the Rock Spirit. I'm not playing the other brick that you could play with this, but this guy can basically just free special summon by banishing on Earth from the graveyard.
Aqua Spirit.
Yeah, it's like an Aqua Spirit. But this guy also can come back from the graveyard, which is why the synergy with Dante actually wants to mill cards in this deck, which just makes it more fun. But yeah, there's a play I can talk about with the deck when you look at the extra deck. 2 Destrudo, which is pretty neat. This is how you win games automatically, basically by summoning Mirror. You basically, if your opponent has no response to this play, Boral Sword comes out and they die. But the last 3 cards in the deck, 3 Seconds Light. And this draws 2 cards, and you can't play any other spells for the rest of the game other than Seconds Light. And also banishing the graveyard, and you can put the Mirror back in your deck, or any other brick you don't want in your hand, which is really neat. For the extra deck, Brandon, you have the Cherubini. But we'll go into the XYZs first. 2 Dantes. This is your main guy. He mills 3 for cost, gains 500 attack for each. When he sends to the graveyard, by any means, he gets to add back any Burning Abyss card back to your hand, other than the copy that's sent to the graveyard itself. So you can't grab itself unless you have a separate copy. But that's not very important for this deck. The main thing that matters is the fact that he mills cards and helps you go into Beatrice. Beatrice has been made over top of Dante by discarding 1 Burning Abyss monster. That's one of the. It can send anything from the deck to the graveyard during your opponent's turn or your turn, but during the first time you summon her, you can't. Which, that's not really what's relevant. You do it turn 1, just detach this, add back a card from the graveyard, and send anything you want. Sometimes it's Destrudo, sometimes it's Farfa to disrupt their play. It just depends on the situation. And the one target, when she dies, she can summon any of the other, basically the fusion or the synchro from your deck, extra deck if you play it, but this is the one we play. He's untargetable, and he discards to draw a card with Burning Abyss cards, that is. And then this is the new card. We got 1 Cherubini. Still don't own this card yet, but I've been trying to pick one up. Everybody around here kept selling them to the store and they kept getting bought. But I've been borrowing this one. Cherubini is very good. Make 2 level 3s. It's a new support. Send any level 3, which you can send Peril, which is very neat. Especially when they're obviously going to try to kill this guy. And if you link away with this and a Seer, you can just come right back and it'll help you link climb. Very neat. It also prevents your BA monsters from just killing themselves if there's something else on the field other than a Burning Abyss monster, like a Beatrice, for example, which happens a lot. But this guy's very good. You usually make him first before you make Dante, unless you're in a situation where you didn't draw very well. For link climbing for Mermare, your Mermare token, Link Rebo, it's very key. 1 Underclock Taker. This is for the standard combo if you do open that combo, which sometimes happens. You got 1 Nightmare Phoenix, very good out for back row, and it's Link 2. And also the play with Mermare, you can usually do this and draw a card as well with Link Rebo, which is very cool. 1 Cerberus is just versatility, you want it. And then Unicorn for your last Nightmare. Very good card. Spin back anything. 1 Chisbania. This card is actually way better than we expected. Also burns, which is very key. It burns for 500 for every back row that you banish, and then yeah. So in time, this actually matters as well. But yeah, this card's very good against Sky Striker and stuff like that. 1 Turbo Burst. Card's very good. It also can bring back Cherubini if this lives, so you can tribute itself and bring back any Link 2. So yep, pretty neat. And your Wincon, Burl Sword. We could play Burl Load if you could find room for it, but extra space is very tight. And yep, this card's basically your win button. 3,000 damage plus whatever it is, whatever you gained, guaranteed. So it's usually like a 7,000 damage guaranteed from one battle. And then 1 Yazi. This is for the Mermare combo. When this guy blows himself up, they blow up a card, you get to summon Mermare from deck. So it's very key to keep Mermare in deck if you can. But you obviously can't control that if you mill randomly, you mill it. And then this is the tech choice for the deck. So when you link climb this deck, you go Blood Dragon, you link away, and you get to add 2 Rock Spirits from your deck to your hand. You banish 1 Earth, special summon, banish 1 Earth, special summon, and then I just make this, and then I spin away something, and then you can banish the 2 Earth, Rock Spirits and another Earth, special summon, and back. So basically you get free removal from this. You obviously linked into something that removes something as well. So you remove 2 or 3 cards, this guy comes back, and then he's 2,500 beater, that's 2,000 damage. And even if you don't make this, you can link away for something else, and then obviously he's back. You might have 3 more in the graveyard still because there's a lot of Earth targets in the deck, and then boom, you have that's 34, 49, that 49 damage right there with just 2 cards. Very good. But deck profile is really fun. I didn't want to show you guys the side, but obviously you just play Pankratops and stuff like that. There are Earth monsters that have synergy with the deck, and you can side Tomb Twisters and Red Reboots and stuff like that, side out your Gantha Segas like. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.